and then the other big storm in the southwest. Now here in Oklahoma City, good news for the metro. The storm that was down here has weakened quite a bit. Let's go back up to Jim Gardner, and Jim's going to bring his shot around here, and we're going to update from Jim on this cell. And wow, just a beautiful shot. Beautiful shot there, Jim Gardner, as you are, it looks like you're north of Eakley, and you're on the backside of that storm, and that storm has produced some big hail, and you've got the other storm off to your left, it looks like. So just an incredible shot there covering these storms. Go ahead, Jim Gardner, give us an update.
Well, that's right, David. I'm over Highway 58 shooting back to the west. That's the anvil from the one that's behind around Corn. Coming up through Corn and Colony there, that's the anvil. Now, if we come down and go back to the right again, we can starting to see a break right there. Then the storm that is moving up towards just northeast of Weatherford there, it is dropping a lot of rain, David. There is a lot of rain, so there may be localized flooding in some areas here. Haven't seen too much cloud to ground lightning. There's definitely some hail in that. We'll keep you updated. Jim Garfling live from Bob Mills, Scott is 9. Back to you.
Okay. All right. Nice job, Jim. So, again, folks, Jim's not looking at a tornado. He's in between storms. He's slicing and dicing and flipping and flopping. And we've got storms west and southwest of Jim that he's kind of going back and forth on, keeping an eye on these storms. So, again, nothing tornadic right now or he'd be all over it, right? So, either way, big storms, but they have come down some. Our Oklahoma storms have weakened as a whole, at least for now. All right, let's go back to the northwest. Let's talk about the storm up here. And it has now moved into Kansas, but what we're worried about it doing, see the hook? Look at the hook on that. Goodness gracious. Man, what do you need to get a tornado warning on that? What's velocity data look like? It's got to be up. Yeah, okay, it's not tight enough. Boy, it's sure not. Radar-wise, they're like, oh, wow. But velocity data says, it's trying. It's thinking about it. Right now, it's moving. 1 hour. Okay. All right. I know. Just a little bit here, and we'll get an update on what we're going to do with that. Thank you. All right. So this is going to move due east across southern Kansas. This is going to be Buffalo, Freedom. If it develops farther south, watch out. Northern Woods County, northern Alfalfa County, northern Grant County, and Kay County eventually. We'll see. If it holds together, it might produce a tornado. If it dies, it dies. But if you live in far northern Oklahoma, up near the Kansas-Oklahoma border, watch that storm in Kansas. Okay, we're watching it. Marty's there. We have Bob coming in from the south, and we're going to watch this thing as it moves from west to east down the Oklahoma-Kansas state line. These storms have gone up and split.
Yeah, the left split's a big hailer now.
Yep, going into Fargo, and it's going to try to go to Woodward. We have Brandon coming in here, and let's see, what does Brandon's shot look like? I tell you what, let's go to Marty Logan's shot. Marty's right here, and let's get back into Marty. There's your storm. Marty, your storm is severe. It's producing at least golf balls, if not tennis balls, into Tangier. But Marty, your storm is a left split. So your storm that you're seeing is going to be a wind and hail producer, and the right split, is weakening down to the south. It's still severe, but it's a lot smaller than what it was. But your storm right there is the left split, which is going to be a big hail producer. It's going to go on and west and north of Woodward. Go ahead, Marty. Incredible shot there.
Okay.
Look at that.
Yeah, we just turned east at May, but Lacey and Andrew, I just sent you a picture that came from Arnett. Look at the size of that hail. It's either baseball, maybe a little bigger, maybe close to softball size. I just got it. So, yeah, we are headed east right now from May to Supply and down to Woodward to catch this rascal. But I got to tell you, this thing up north, Andrew and I were talking earlier, and we had a lowering, the road that goes north to Dodge City, halfway to the ground, wasn't rotating real tight. But I called a buddy of mine 3 miles south of Oklahoma, Kansas line. He said, I'm watching it. I think we've got rotation. He's confirmed that again. So as that thing crawls along that Oklahoma-Kansas line, it wouldn't surprise me that thing doesn't drop one, and that's all in no man's land up there. You have to know where you're at to get around. Some places you can't get around up in there, so it'd be in an isolated area. But from our angle looking up at it looks just like this Arnett storm. So they're both monsters. Back to you, David.
Okay, yeah, no doubt about it. But the northern storm, look at that. And I want to point something out. Look at the flanking line coming into the backside of this thing. Even though it's a left split, it's still rotating. And you can see how this looks like a corkscrew, right? See this thing here going like that? This
Andrew,
is
did you get that pic?
this is the southwest and west side of that storm as it's, again, feeding into that storm. So no tornado warnings right now. Everything is severe, but we're tracking the big storm in the northwest and storms down south. Folks, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just 2 minutes. Stay with News 9. We'll keep you advised.
Police officer as other officers looked on. His death forced changes in policing, but critics
has my complete and total endorsement. He says, as chairman of the powerful Appropriations Committee, Tom Cole is fighting hard to secure the border, stop migrant crime, and strengthen our military. Paul Bondar pretends to be endorsed by Donald Trump, just like he pretends to be an Oklahoman. Neither are true. Endorsed by President Trump, protecting Oklahoma. Tom Cole.
You've got to stop by and meet our best roofing inspector.
Companies are made the same. At Moxie, we pride ourselves on neighborly service. We respect your home and family. Moxie Pest Control pays close attention to detail by taking down spider webs and wasp nests around your entire home and treating all the small entry points. We take the time to eliminate your pests at the source by treating your yard during every service. And we do it all with a smile. Call Oklahoma's most trusted pest control company today to receive your neighborly service.
Thank you, Oklahoma, for making Wilson Buick GMC Cadillac the #1 volume GM dealer in the entire state. And we are committed to earn that top spot for years to come. We have over 500 vehicles available every day of the year, but selection isn't everything. We're passionate about redefining the car buying process. At Wilson's, say goodbye to the hours wasted at the dealership and welcome the days of a complete at-home buying experience. So thank you from all of us here at the Wilson Auto family. Good people helping good people.
Tom Cole says Paul Bondar doesn't live in Oklahoma. Odd, because here's his home in Stonewall, and here's where he's building his forever home in Caddo. But since he brings it up, where's Congressman Cole? He hasn't voted in person